Hello guys, this is Vysh. So we'll discuss the editorial for August 22nd. So as you can see in the thumbnail, Saudi versus UAE, which is like two important countries in the Middle East. So there a little bit problems are there, and they were once like friends, and now they are having different they have become competitors in the same field. So that is the reason some fights are there. So we'll discuss everything, the goods, the pros, the cons, the merits, demerits, everything we'll study. And also BRICS summit is upcoming. So those are the two important articles. Anyway, I'll show you all the headlines also before we discuss. And one important update in ISRO's website is that in case there is any climate related issue, any weather related things, the landing of the module, which is supposed to happen tomorrow 6 p.m, it may get postponed to August 27th. Okay, so this news we had also posted in our Instagram and all, and many people came and told fake news, you are spreading fake things and all. We didn't tell that it is definitely going to happen. In that post it's clearly written it could be postponed in case of unfavorable weather condition. That doesn't mean it would be. Okay, could and would is basic English word. Some people don't understand that. That is okay. So like this, any updates comes, we'll keep posting. Also yesterday I completely explained Chandrayaan versus Luna, Russia's Luna mission, and also I explained Chandrayaan mission totality fully in another video. Okay, and Chandrayaan 1 and 2, if you want to know, that also ma'am has taken in another video. Okay, so please watch all the episodes. It's all free of cost only. Just hit the like and comment if you have reached till here. Please hit the like and comment. I'll show you the editorial also. The headlines, first one is Manipur issue going on. So in the Manipur assembly debates are going on, so there's nothing much for your exam sake. They are fighting and arguing, so that article is not required. BRICS summit, it's a very lengthy article. Okay, this author's name is very interesting, Happy Mon Jacob. Okay, that is his name. So he has written, it's a very lengthy. Okay, BRICS summit, there's no proper outcome of it, but I'll still explain. Okay, BRICS and whether it's significant in today's context, that thing we are discussing in this particular article. Okay, then here if you see, it's local news. Tamil Nadu's Tanshe system, you can tell it's the educational thing. Tamil Nadu State Council for Higher Education. So they have their own educational policies, and 1992 they set up this scheme, and a 15-member body it is, and ideally 3 months they should meet. But what is happening is they are not meeting, they are not following the norms correctly. So the author is telling the concerns. Okay, so it's not very useful for your UPSC exam. And then here if you see the Saudi UAE conflict, the first article and the most detailed article we'll do. A lot of static part I'll teach you. It's going to be very interesting and important. So please watch. Okay, please watch it till the end. And then this is about football of like a women's football FIFA tournament, not useful for exam. Here they have given charts and graphs about the OTT platforms. Now you know everybody has smartphone, tabs and digital things. So children, they are telling they are not using it for education properly or study materials. They are more using it for movies, shows, web series and cartoons and these kind of things. Okay, for chatting they are not using much. Chatting is the least if you see in the graph they have given. But again, it's not useful. Okay, that graph they are showing state-wise, age-wise, gender-wise, everything they are putting how the children are using the digital OTT platforms. Here, this article could have been written much better. This person is an IFS officer, retired IFS officer, but he is just anti-government, and he's writing everything which is telling like president's speech. Okay, you know the prime minister's speech you will hear on August 15th, but previous day, eve of independence, August 14th, the president gives a speech which nobody cares usually. So in that very good things are there, but this person has taken just the words like caste, religion, Hindu, that thing, this thing, and he has taken it and fully blamed it. Okay, like you should not use that word, you should not use this word, meaning he's correcting the president's speech. Okay, so I did not like that article at all, and which he did not mention. I went and googled the actual text of the speech. In that many other interesting things are there which you should study. Okay, she has mentioned, the president has mentioned about other women freedom fighters. Okay, which usually in your textbooks you won't get. Okay, this Matangini Hazara, Kannakalata Barua and all. I think we have made biography videos of these things. Okay, when we make biography videos, many students come and ask, why are you making this and wasting our time? Later you will see a direct prelims question or mains question from that. That time you will realize why we are doing biographies. Okay, to become successful yourself, first you have to listen to success stories of other people also. You have to know how the freedom fighters, however billionaires in our country, or any tech expert, or any president or prime minister or politician, you should know their story also. These are all part of your preparation. UPSC doesn't mean just mugging up some books and facts and coaching notes and going to the exam hall. None of you will pass if you do that things. Only students who have this passion to know about India, to know about Indians who have been success, who have been failure, who have done something or sacrificed something for the country. If you are not interested in these kind of things, right, you are just a person who wants any government job and that power and position. You are not here to repair anything in this country. So know all these basics before questioning something we are doing. Okay, we are doing something because we know what is needed for this exam. In your prelims, in your mains, in an interview, some questions will come directly, which is there already in our channel. That time you may realize it, or maybe you will regret it. And regret, there is no solution for that. Regret is regret. It's over. So you can't do anything after that. So study something seriously when we tell, or completely ignore it. Don't do this partial studies. Okay, so these names, whatever is there, Sarojini Naidu, Ammu Swaminathan, Rama Devi, Aruna Asaf Ali, Sucheta Kripnali, most of these people's biography videos are there in our channel, so you can learn about them. Okay, and in our spectrum and all, we would have covered whoever is there in the textbook. Others also, if not there, I'll make more videos. Okay, but these are the things you should have taken from President's speech, not the article which is written today, which is a total blame game kind of article. Okay, so I did not like it. You can read it for your namesake. So now these current affair packs, as I told again, the offers are ending. It was supposed to end in August 15th. We have extended it till month end because of other festivals and all going on in certain states. So make use of it. Okay, this bestseller pack 1 is enrolled by many students, and pack 2, pack 3 also is useful because UPSC and other exams, they are asking from older current affair also. Okay, so if you need a combination of that also we are giving 5-year, 3-year and 2-year combo. So you just need to WhatsApp me, and in WhatsApp we will give you the details of how to enroll. Okay, so please come and contact me immediately, because I don't want the serious aspirants to miss out. Okay, miss out these things. So now let me get to the other things. Okay, the test series of 2024 is anyway closed. If you missed it, again, WhatsApp me and inform me. Okay, so here first I'll show you an MCQ. The MCQ, if you see, prelims 2018, two-state solution, sometimes seen in the news, is related to which one? Okay, so it's actually Israel-Palestine issue. So answer is Israel here. And in 2016, there was a question like, which of the following is not a member of Gulf Cooperation Council? So Gulf, you know, it's that Persian Gulf area, and it is in and around Iran. So if you did not study this, it's a very difficult question. But if you study it from an institute like Vysh IAS, we have already taught you a simple trick, QBox. Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. Okay, I've taught this in 2014, 15, 16, my videos, you go and see, it will be there. And it came directly in the 2016 prelims. So this one, if you know the acronym at least, QBox, you will know that I is not there, and Iran you could have eliminated. Even if they put Iraq tomorrow, if they put Turkey tomorrow, you know QBox. So with that QBox itself, you can eliminate. Okay, so this much basic things, you have to take it seriously. This year again, question is expected more from the Middle East area. So be aware. Okay. So now again in the map, if you want to see, these are the 6 countries in the Gulf Cooperation Council. In between, Qatar was like suspended for some time, because you know Saudi Arabia is the biggest person there. So Saudi Arabia is the one who decides everything. So they had some problem with Qatar. They suspended them for 4-5 years. So other than that, now it is back. 2021, Qatar is again taken back. Like this, some questions, some maps, some static part I will show you first in the 5, 6, 7 slides, because all these are going to appear in today's Hindu. Okay, whatever I'm going to learn, I'm going to teach you. If this is strong, then your article will look very interesting. Okay, there's another question which came in 23. Israel has established diplomatic relation with some Arab states. Okay, some Arab states, it can be true. Then the Arab Peace Initiative, mediated by Saudi Arabia, was signed by Israel and Arab League. Okay, so this is actually a 10-year-old news, actually 10 or 20-year-old news, I think. Still UPSC thought of asking it. So that is the level. So that means you are expected to know the history of something. That's why that other video series I'm doing today, what happened in history. Okay, it's not about today whether somebody signed something, whether somebody initiated something to sign 10-20 years back. That also they are asking, which may not be signed now. Okay, which is gone, it's not even signed. Still UPSC is asking it, and that too in this kind of options. Both statement 1 and 2, they explain, 2 explains 1, 2 does not explain 1. So it's meaning they need you to know the depth, the core complete thing you need to know. Just elimination things is not there now. You have to know everything, only then you can solve this question. So like this Arab Peace Initiative, everything will come. Okay, that's nothing. Saudi wanted like Israel-Palestine issue to solve. So Israel, you know, it is non-Muslim and Palestine is Muslim. So they told you come together and respect the Muslim people's rights and values and all these things. So that is called Arab Peace Initiative. But Israel never cared to sign it. Okay, so that is why, that is just like that, it's there. So these things are all again in today's Hindu, it will come. And in detail, when we had Yemen issue, Yemen war crisis, we discussed in July 8 and August 5. July 8 and August 5, we discussed this already. So please go and watch these episodes also. Saudi, Yemen, UAE, I have already discussed. That day I showed you these maps also, you can see. In and around Yemen, many like capital is Sana'a. Then here ports are there. Hodeidah port is there. Here Aden port is there. Here Red Sea is there. Here Gulf of Aden is there. Okay, then different port names are mentioned here. These are all, we can't tell when UPSC will pick and ask a match the following question. Okay, and I'll show you more maps. If you see detailed maps of both Saudi and UAE. which is our today's point of contention, or today's article which we will discuss. Okay, so here if you see Saudi, there is this Rubal Khali desert is there, big desert which extends to near to UAE also. Okay, UAE is a zoomed map if you take here in the right side. Okay, right side map is the zoomed map of UAE. So here if you see this Abu Dhabi is the capital. Okay, and after that here Dubai is there, the city of dreams which we call, and where Burj Khalifa is there, and everything which you think in the world will be there in Dubai. Okay, entertainment, tourism, everything is there. Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quoit, Ras Al Khaimah. Actually, this UAE is what? United Arab Emirates. Okay, so it's like instead of states, they are calling their states as Emirates. So it's like 7 Emirates. Okay, this one only: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quoit, this Fujairah, Alain. These 6-7 things together is together called United Arab Emirates. Okay. So, and the capital is Abu Dhabi. Same like that in the here left side, Saudi Arabia, capital is Riyadh. Here Mecca and Medina, Jeddah, these are all the Muslims, Islam's holy places. Okay, then here left side we have the Red Sea. And one interesting thing is Tropic of Cancer passes through both the countries. Okay, and down here we have Yemen and Oman. Okay, and Yemen if you see, and also here in right side map you see Oman's one section is there here also. Near the Strait of Hormuz, this grey color, this arrow mark they have put because Oman's one section is there here also. Don't think this is UAE. Okay, UAE is in the this much only UAE. Beyond that, this one edge is part of Oman's authority. Okay, and then here Djibouti is here. African countries also, please see Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan, Egypt. Okay, Gulf of Aqaba is here. Okay, then here one strait is there. Strait is what? Strait is a narrow water body which connects 2 bigger water bodies. So the strait which connects Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden is here. One strait is there which is called Bab el-Mandab Strait. Okay, I will show you pictures soon. So Bab el-Mandab Strait. So here this many things I am showing you because all this will be referred. All this will be referred in today's thing. Okay, Qatar is there, Kuwait is there, Bahrain is there. Now Yemen's map, if you see here one island is there, Perim Island. Okay, this Perim Island is the place where if you see here the Bab el-Mandab Strait, see this is Bab el-Mandab Strait here, and that exact Bab el-Mandab Strait, this Perim Island is there. Okay, and then this is Socotra Island is there. This Socotra Island is in the authority of Yemen. Okay, it's in the kind of Arabian Sea, you can tell, and India also has been like visiting here, and India has a post here. Okay, so like that Perim Island and Socotra is also important for you. Okay, and Bab el-Mandab Strait I showed you. And then next one, OPEC. What are OPEC countries? OPEC countries is oil, petroleum exporting countries. Okay, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. So here 13 to 14 nations are there. Always before your exam you have to go and check because one country keeps getting suspended, added. It's like not a very static group. It's a dynamic group where members keep coming in and going out. Okay, so here if you see Ecuador, Ecuador is not there in the present day. Today when I'm speaking, Ecuador is not there. Okay, but all the other countries you can see. I'll show you more interesting map. See here: Libya, Algeria, Venezuela, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, Angola, Gabon, Congo, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq. So if you see, African countries are there, South American countries are there, Asian countries are there. Okay, so if UPSC asks like European countries are involved in this, it is not there. Okay, in OPEC it is not there. Now OPEC Plus is there, a new one which is in 2017 they formed. OPEC Plus is, these are, OPEC is oil, majority oil exporting countries. Okay, so in the previous map you would have seen this is actually in how many billion barrels reserves, oil reserve they have. Based on that, these numbers are given. If you see, Saudi has the highest 266. Okay, here then you can see Kuwait has 101, Iran has 157, Iraq has 148. Remaining all are kind of below 100. Okay, so these are the oil exporting. So other than this area, there might be other countries also, right, who has oil and gas. So that they added to OPEC Plus. Okay, 10 members: South Sudan, Azerbaijan, Brunei, Kazakhstan, Bahrain, Malaysia, Mexico, Oman, Russia and Sudan. Still if you see, there is no European countries inside this. Okay, European or American countries are not. American you can tell, Mexico is there. Okay, so like that some countries are added, but still European is not there. If Russia you consider Eurasian, then it is Europe, but else there is no European countries. Okay, and the theory part, if you see, OPEC 5 countries started it. Okay, this one: Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi and Venezuela. These are the 5 countries. If you want an acronym, it will be WISCI. Okay, VISKI, WISCI. So this they started an agreement in 1960, and then after that these many countries joined. But as I told, they keep getting suspended. Ecuador suspended in 92, rejoined in 2007, then again withdrew in January 2020. So now Ecuador is not there. Indonesia suspended in 2009, reactivated in 2016, but again decided to suspend in 2016's later month. Okay, so Indonesia, Ecuador is gone. Then Gabon terminated in 95 and rejoined in 2016. So Gabon is there now. Then Qatar terminated on 2019. So like this, some are coming, some are going. So your exam time, you should see whether it is 13 members or 14 members. This is taken from the OPEC website itself. Okay, and I'll show you more static part soon. If you see here, OPEC. Okay, founded in Baghdad, Iraq, September 1965 countries, that is whiskey. It is an intergovernmental organization. 13 to 14 countries it will be there. Please check the latest one before your exam. And they coordinate and unify the petroleum policies among everyone so that there is a uniformity, so that the price of the petroleum you can stabilize. Okay, else if somebody is exporting too much or somebody is exporting lesser, then the price will not be uniform. Okay, and then its headquarters is in Austria, Vienna. Okay, so even though there is no European countries in this OPEC group, the headquarters is in Europe. Okay, in Vienna, Austria. And it is open to any country, anybody can become a member, provided that you are a substantial exporter of oil and shares the ideal of this organization. Okay, ideals of organization. OPEC plus in 2017, the other people were brought in together as alliance. Whoever is having some supply in the oil market, they are brought. Okay, so that 10 countries also I showed you already. And then OPEC and non-OPEC producers first formed this alliance in the 2016 meeting which happened in Algiers. Okay, which is again in Algeria, Africa. So they undertake production restrictions to help the market, whatever the price is happening there, the price fluctuation, that you have to stabilize it. Then OPEC's 14 members control 35% of global oil suppliers and 82% of proven reserves. Okay, now with the addition of these 10 new non-OPEC nations, that is Russia, Mexico and all, the share has increased to 55% and 90% respectively. Okay, the oil and the reserves. So now you can tell, so OPEC plus has a bigger influence in the world economy because that has more shares in this particular thing, more share in the oil reserves. Now if you take the next one, the news, the Hindu news, what is came. So they are referring to the two leaders first. The Saudi Crown Prince is MBS, that is Mohammed bin Salman, and the UAE ruler is MBZ, that is Mohammed bin Zayed. Okay, and this Mohammed bin Zayed is a little aged one or a little older one, and he is there since many years. But this Salman, he is now only in 2015 he became the Crown Prince, and he is in his late 20s. He that time started seeing the Dubai person, the UAE ruler, as his mentor. Okay, MBZ as the mentor. But again, now it is problem. Okay, now they are not in good terms. They are telling here the MBS, okay, Saudi's person told a group of Saudi journalists that UAE has stabbed us in the back, and so they threatened, the Saudi people threatened that we will see what we can do, and we will make your condition worse than what we did to Qatar. Okay, as I told, Qatar and all, there were a lot of sanctions. So like that, Saudi told, we will do worse than that what we did to Qatar to you. Okay, see, 4-year harsh blockade was done to Qatar. So that is the new, current thing which is happening now. So if you see the older bonding, okay, older, if you see, two royals bonded their countries as strategic partners where in the Yemen war, which I explained already in another video. Then in Egypt, there is one regime of Al-Sisi. There also, to strengthen that regime, they both work together, UAE and Saudi. Then Iran, they both saw as a threat. They disliked the Muslim Brotherhood, meaning like only Muslim countries are together, or anti-globalization, that they disliked. They wanted to be global to everyone, and then collaborated closely to implement the blockade of Qatar. Then 2019, they helped in this Sudan's democratic process to begin properly. They helped there also. Then they backed the forces against the civilian prime minister there. So they had been coming together for multiple occasions in Asia, Middle East and the African regions. Okay, but now it is not like that. Over the last few years, their differences have become obvious. Okay, UAE rejected the proposal to cut oil production put forward by the OPEC plus. Okay, so OPEC plus has decided in 2017 that we should all restrict our our oil production, but UAE did not listen. They told, we want to increase our base production, we want to do a lot of monetization with the oil production, so we cannot listen to you. Okay, so that was one thing which Saudi did not like. So differences is now, as I told, in several regional politics also. In this troops in 2019 when in Yemen, both were supporting together, right? The Yemen and the Saudi and UAE. Now UAE withdrew the troops. Okay, so Saudi became alone there, and UAE not only withdrew the troops, UAE became a opposite person also. Who were the locals there fighting against Saudi, UAE went and joined them. Okay, and the independent South Yemen concept which they are fighting for, UAE went and supported them. Okay, and also UAE is going and controlling the ports which I showed you, Yemen ports of Socotra Island in the Gulf of Aden and the Perim Island at the mouth of Bab el Mandeb. Now you understood why I showed you that maps and static things and all, because these things, when I directly show you here, you will think where are these places. Now you have a clear cut idea. Okay, that is the extra thing we have done for you to understand the article better. Okay, so now UAE then established bases in Eritrea and Somalia. This also I told you in the African map. In these places also UAE went. So that means around Saudi Arabian region, UAE is going and establishing ports and bases and these things one after the other. Okay, so Saudi Arabia on the other hand was left to do the fighting in the Yemen alone. Okay, so that means last 8 years their fight, whatever they did, everything went in waste. Okay, because till now UAE had supported them. Now USA went in the opposite side also. So Saudi is angry because of this. Okay, so the kingdom experienced setback in Syria also, because there also Russia came and did something. Okay, Russia came and supported the opposite party, and other place in Iran. Usually USA will put a lot of sanctions on Iran, but they also failed to respond in between. So Saudi, they actually went into different places with the support of others. All the support started going away. Okay, so one by one Saudi is facing failures across the globe and in oil production. So this encouraged Saudi Arabia to pursue de-escalation and dialogue in the region. Okay, meaning they also started withdrawing from most of the places. Okay, because of lack of support. So they started by reversing things. They lifted the blockade which they put in Qatar, that 4 year in 2017 which they put, that lifted. So Qatar is now back. Okay, then they initiated a dialogue with Iran. Okay, usually Saudi is a Sunni country, Sunni Islam country. Iran is a Shia country, which usually both of them keeps fighting. But then I think China came in between and then mediated in 2021, and Saudi and Iran are now signing agreements. Okay, a dialogue is happening. So that also was a shocking new thing which happened, or a new change which happened from Saudi's side. Then UAE was reluctant in both these initiatives. Okay, in Qatar's case and in Iran's case, UAE also did not like it, what Saudi is doing now. Towards Qatar, still UAE is maintaining a little bit of like a coolness. It is not like too much hot agreements. Nothing is happening. It's like a cool attitude they are maintaining. Okay, and with Iran also, they have its own things on engagement. Iran also, it has its own way of dealing with Iran. And then UAE, okay, UAE meanwhile with Israel, you know, I2U2 group and many other agreements and all they started signing. So UAE normalized ties with Israel. Okay, and that means what? I told you in one question, Saudi tried one Arab peace initiative. Okay, so that required Israel to accommodate Palestine's interest, the Islam interest and all. But this and all, now everything gone. Okay, so Israel is not ready to sign with Palestine, but Israel is going and signing with other Islam countries like UAE. Okay, so again Saudi Arabia became like a kind of loser here in this case also. Later, the kingdom initiated the readmission of Syria into the Arab League. Okay, so Qatar is back in GCC, Syria is back in Arab League. So they started making new friendships and all. But when these things are happening, MBZ, that is the Zayed, that is UAE's person, is not attending that summit. Okay, meaning it's a kind of disrespect. Saudi usually when calls, everyone will come to that meeting, but UAE person did not go for the meeting. Okay, in Sudan also, there are two generals, military generals fighting. Okay, so Saudi went and supported one person, UAE is supporting the other person. Okay, so everywhere now, where they used to be friends together, now they are fighting with each other. Okay, and also UAE is said to be uncomfortable with the speed with which Saudi Arabia is now making friendship with Iran. Okay, as I told, China is going and mediating and they are making friendship as Shia and a Sunni country. This UAE is not liking. The speed at which they are doing, UAE is not liking. And they are in the same sector, they are competing with each other. Okay, in domestic areas also, global business, tourism, finance, technology. You know, Dubai is known for like the best tourist place. Everybody, if you can, in one point of your life, you should go and visit Dubai. Okay, even if it's for a 3-day vacation or a 7-day vacation, you should go and visit Dubai. Okay, it's that much kind of beautiful city. Okay, anything you want, like whatever you wanted, Europe or Japan, whatever you want, the tourism facilities you get in Dubai, including good foods or good stay, good attractions of sightseeing, everything is there in Dubai. Okay, so Saudi was not like that. Saudi was an orthodox kind of place where even women did not have proper rights and many things and all. But this new person in the 20s, when he came to rule, he started reversing things. He allowed women to drive a car. He allowed women to meaning that whatever orthodox beliefs which they had in Islam and their country, everything he started reversing. So he is also wanting global business now. He wants tourism, he wants finance, he wants technology, everything he wants. So Saudi is also now trying to compete with Dubai and become that tourist hub. Okay, I will show you more interesting things in the coming slides. So they are doing many things. Okay, So they want to like be the regional trade member also. If you know, UAE is doing good trade with India, good trade with China, with everyone. But Saudi is not like that good trade with everyone. Okay, they are exporting a lot of oil, but they are not importing too many things. So like that, they are trying to beat UAE in all the sectors. Okay, so both countries are pursuing ambitious plans to develop ports in the Gulf and the Red Sea. Okay, Gulf means the Persian Gulf area or the in and around Iran, you can tell. So both countries are having that and trying to increase their logistics connectivity under the China's Belt and Road Initiative, which you know, China's Belt and Road is like across the globe road and maritime route they are building, China is building. So both Saudi and UAE are trying to become a major player in that. Okay, now UAE, you know, it is very small. In the map I showed you, Saudi is a big country, UAE is a small country. So UAE told, just because we are small, we don't want to become a junior partner of your kingdom. Okay, meaning Saudi Arabia kingdom. We don't want to be that, and we have our own vision. Okay, it compensates for its small size with the vision, dynamism, ambition of its leaders, everything. Okay, global interaction with in areas of trade, tourism, connectivity, everything. So we have our own method of doing, okay, which we have built over the years, over several decades of our interaction with people. We have given job to Indians, Pakistanis, Chinese, Philippines. If you go to Dubai, there is no people called Dubai people. Okay, only the royal family is there. Remaining all the population there is from different countries across the globe. Okay, so UAE has done this over the years. That empty desert, they have made like the most booming city in the world. So that they have done, and so they are not ready to be a junior partner to Saudi Arabia. Okay, so competition rather than cooperation is likely to define ties. That is what the author is suggesting. Okay, instead of competing, you should have cooperation. Then you can do even bigger things. So kingdom's leadership position in the Arab and Islamic world and its central place will be there. And so they are telling, even though UAE has lot of vision and all, Saudi is too big and too much influence they have. So their full thing will remain unchallenged. Okay, and author is suggesting both should be friends. Okay, both should cooperate instead of competing. This is the author's suggestion. This, if you see Neom city and many other things, Trojana and many things are there. You simply search Saudi's new development plans, you will get amazing photos like dream cities and dream apartments, complexes, shopping malls. They are doing all this so that people all travel to Saudi, and not only travel, they buy apartments there, they settle there. Okay, like now many people are settling in Dubai. They are getting this golden visa from Dubai, that one-time visa, and then lifetime you can keep traveling. So many things are there. So Saudi is trying to copy all that and do like a mega city. You cannot even imagine the type of city. Okay, the hyperloop system, the train is like this automatic, the bullet trains and magnetic trains, everything which you can think like the futuristic thing, they're trying to bring in Saudi Arabia. Okay, you simply say Saudi mega city and this will come. The line or the Neom project is a like straight line of kilometers of area in which everything is there. Okay, from outside it will look just like this glass line, but inside it's like a huge complex of apartments and park and swimming pools and theaters and everything is there. So huge mega projects are going to come in Saudi Arabia, and that is the fight going on. Okay, Saudi versus UAE. Now the second article, that is the BRICS. Okay, the BRICS countries, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Okay, these are the BRICS countries which you have to study. And now why is it in news? Because they are going to have the summit, the next summit. Okay, so that summit is obviously in some particular venue, and that is in South Africa. So South African map becomes important for you. So South Africa, if you see the neighboring countries, and within South Africa there are two small countries. Okay, Lesotho and Swaziland is two different countries. Okay, and then Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique, and here Malawi, Madagascar Island is there, Tanzania, Angola, Gabon, Rwanda, and above Gabon, Cameroon will be there, about which 2023 prelims question came. So UPSC is going and asking everything. Okay, last year at least 5 questions in prelims were African map based. Okay, directly and indirectly, like which is the highest cobalt producer in Africa, which is the country which has some river passing through it. Very difficult question. So you have to study maps seriously. That is why I am covering it also in my as part of my editorial. Okay, and in my prelims test series anyway, all these things will be there. So now BRICS, you know, static part I'll teach you first. BRICS is an acronym for this Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. It has 24% of the global GDP, 41% of the population, 16% of the global trade. That much holds in just 5 countries. These many things are holding. The name BRIC actually came from this person, Jim O'Neill, in 2001. He's an economist. He made BRIC, okay, BRIC. And then told they should all come together and make a group. So 2006, these 4 countries came together, and the foreign ministers met for the first time. And now they have an annual summit where the prime ministers or the highest leader is self-meeting every year. And the chairmanship is how? It is like the alphabetic order, BRICS, like that alphabetic order. The chair will keep changing. Okay, the rotating. And then BRICS cooperation in the past decade, they have expanded, and they have like hundreds of sectoral meetings. Okay, but author is telling this is going down. Okay, this is the static part I'm teaching you. Author is telling now it is going down. The first BRICS summit happened in 2009. So that time, if you see, it's BRIC. Okay, there's no South Africa there. Then in 2010 later, South Africa was joined and it became BRICS. Okay, and then 2011 summit only, third BRICS summit only, they had first participation. 2009 first summit, 2010 second summit, 2011 third summit. So 2010 December, after the summit, they joined, and in the next year's summit only they officially came as a member. Okay, so now in the news, New Delhi is back with all this geopolitics discussions, because meetings and chairs, everything, because the BRICS summit is going to happen. So BRICS summit is in August 22 to 24, today as we speak, and next 2-3 days in South Africa. So ability of the BRICS to reorder or steer the global economy in any significant manner is deeply suspect. Okay, meaning the author is doubting whether BRICS can create any impact now. So capability to influence geopolitics is kind of overestimated. He's telling BRICS is not of much use now, because BRICS will form. After 2-3 years, India will tell, okay, SCO, Shanghai Cooperation is the biggest thing. After 2-3 years, India will tell, okay, we are joining Quad. Quad is our most important thing. Then India will go and join somewhere else. So every 2-3 years, something becomes priority that the older bodies you are forgetting. Okay, like now SARC. Where is SARC? SARC, after Pakistan's issue, we are not even talking about SARC. Okay, where is BIMSTEC? Where we have to talk with, or after that ASEAN was there. Everything is like India go and talk, join, but nothing is continuing. Okay, and also India has this big problem that we were a developing country and we are moving towards becoming a developed country. So should we be in blocks of these developing countries, or should we be in the blocks where only USA, Russia, Europe is there? That is the confusion which India has, and that is the major thing discussed in this article. Okay, we are in the transition phase from a developing to developed country. So we don't know whether we have to be with these people or we have to be with that people or stay neutral. We don't know. We are getting confused in all the blocks we join. So as a block, okay, BRICS today sounds more revisionist and reactive than proactive or clear-headed. Okay, so it's kind of a negative statement, and it could going forward become an entity capable of influencing. When it has capacity, capable of this thing only, but now it is not doing. Okay, so, and also challenges faced by the United Nations system has given another lease of life to the BRICS. Okay, so UN is failing. UN is not able to solve problems, and many countries are not listening to UN, like China, Russia and all is not listening to UN. Why? Because UN, World Bank, IMF is dominated by USA and Europe. That you should know first thing. Okay, that was formed in that Bretton Woods conference after the World War. So obviously those people who won the war, they only will rule over that. Even the president of, I think, the World Bank till date is always the American only. There is no Indians or no other country person has become the chairman of World Bank. I think so. You can go and confirm. Same like that in IMF also. I think every time it's a European or a foreign person only. There is no one from this side becoming the head there. So that is why these bodies, okay, these bodies are kind of West oriented, and so China hates it from long time. Now India is also confused whether we should support them or we should make our own blocks, and we have done it also. BRICS and all was like that only. With BRICS we made a new development bank, NDB. The new development bank was to counter World Bank and IMF only, meaning we don't want loans from you because you are putting conditions which USA decides. I don't want your loan, I will take loan from here. Okay, 1991, when India was at this worst situation, India wanted loan from the World Bank and IMF. That time, 1990s onwards, India is asking money. That time, USA put a lot of conditions, meaning World Bank is putting the condition, but it is actually USA's voice. Okay, even the Kuwait war which happened, Saddam Hussein attacked Kuwait, and that time USA told, we will give you loan, meaning World Bank told, we will give you loan, but you have to go and support USA there while going and interfering in the Gulf War. Okay, so like that many things are there. In USA used India in multiple situations in the name of loans and money. That means we are totally dependent on UN or World Bank, which is actually a puppet of the USA. So this is the reason we are going into different blocks. Okay, some backstories I'm just telling you like this slowly so that your knowledge base build, okay, by the end of the year. So now like this, BRICS has another chance, and BRICS is also more globally represented than the UNSC and the G7. Okay, though less than the G20. Okay, that means UNSC is what? United Nations Security Council is just 5 permanent members, and then G7 is the another 7 members, which are all the developed countries. So compared to that, BRICS has more people, more population, more GDP we are representing. But G20 is different. G20 is a very big thing again dominated by the West. Okay, so now choices that BRICS make at the summit which is going on and thereafter could have major implications for the international system. This is what the author is suggesting. Now, global governance has failed, meaning what? The unrepresentative character of the global governance institutions have failed. Okay, the World Bank, IMF, that is because it's unrepresentative. That's what they're telling. Only you, USA people and Europe people are there in the sitting in the head and the chair. So it's unrepresentative. That is why you failed. So there is little possibility of an inclusive system to come. So forums such as BRICS should come and fill this vacuum. Okay. There are 40 odd countries, 40 countries who formally or informally told we want to join BRICS. I mean, they want to make a bigger BRICS in the eastern side to counter the western side groups. But till date, nobody has properly joined. Only this 5 is still there. Okay. So at a time of this global geopolitical uncertainty, we would want to utilize this forum such as BRICS and then expand it and bring more people and make it like a bigger body than the West dominated bodies. Okay. In this now Ukraine war time and this steady rise of China, that is again causing confusion to us, because China is becoming big means they will start controlling the BRICS. So you are telling you want to stop the dominance of West and then start BRICS here, but indirectly will you now make China the biggest one and make China dominated bloc? Already you are fed up with US dominated bloc. Are you moving out from here and then making a China dominated bloc? Or can India become that dominating power? So that is the thing which author is telling. We are in a trouble point. We don't know where to go. So not that BRICS or SCO will lead to a truly democratic global governance multipolarity, but these forums are replete with competing interest and calculations, including inbuilt or unsaid hierarchies. This person's language is very tough. Okay, this person has written very, very tough language. I have highlighted only the simplistic things to make you understand. So as I told, these things will make China stronger, and China is a competitor to you. Okay. So all the problems are there. Again, our conclusion is telling, yet these very forums could ignite a genuine conversation on making global governance more representative and inclusive. And in global governance, more imperfect institutions reflecting the realities of today are better. He's telling, instead of making a perfect institution or a perfect structure, it is better that you have more imperfect institutions like BRICS and Quad and all these small things, which will have more representative nature, where everybody has a voice, rather than having a perfect institutional one. Okay, a very good this thing one. So that is what is the author is suggesting. International politics should not be a place for hegemonic perfection, but of democratic imperfection. So this line you can use in your mains answer wherever globalization or groupings and these things comes. Okay. Now, for India, the geopolitical choices today are neither crystal clear nor easy to make. Okay, because where does India stand in the global geopolitical landscape? That is what they are asking. Same thing, whether you need a BRICS and SCO or whether you need a Western side thing. Okay, how can, and the author is confused, how can India be part of the Quad where USA is there, G20 where USA and Russia is there, G7 where India is as of now not there, BRICS and SCO which is countering this USA and Russia. So at the same time, how are you there in both the places? But that again author is telling it's a like a outdated kind of view also, because you know India does friendship with USA also, with Russia also. India does with Saudi also, with Iran also. India does with Israel also, Palestine also. India very well knows to play that neutral thing and do trade with everyone. Okay, so this one is a question which you may be confusing, but we know India knows that. India's active participation in the non-Western unilateral forums such as BRICS, SCO and the Global South must also be seen as India's response to the undemocratic and inequitable governance structure of the post-Second World War, meaning that IMF and World Bank. Okay, that bodies, UN, IMF, World Bank, which was formed after the Second World War, that is undemocratic, that is inequitable. Okay, governance structure is all partial. So that is why India is responding to that by doing or by joining this BRICS and SCO. That is a proper answer for why India is there in all the groups. Okay. Now, developmentally, historically and geographically, where does India belong? India belongs to BRICS, SCO and Global South, because that is where we are. We are in the developing phase. We are historically connected here. Our neighbors are here. But India does not belong. That's what author is saying. India does not belong here because here all China is also there. So you should not be here. You should be in a much more dominating place. So that is that aspect. Another aspect is structurally and aspirationally. Okay, one is developmentally, historically and geographically. Now we are telling structurally and aspirationally, we should be where? We should be in G20, we should be in G7, we should be in Quad, we should be even there in the United Nations permanent members. Okay, P5 should become P6, India should be there, and soon in the next 2-3 years, I'm expecting India will become the permanent member of the UN. Okay, so that is where Delhi is headed to. So these are the two things. So India as a result is located right in the middle of an emerging geopolitical fault line. Okay, it's like neither here nor here. We are like breaking apart and going to a different place. So This could either make India a bridge between the great divides, or its lack of loyalty to neither. Meaning either it will be like a bridge, you are connecting this to that, or it will look like you are not loyal to this also, not loyal to that also. There is a positive aspect also, there is a negative aspect also, and you could become a victim of the emerging political contestations. Okay, the sharper the fault line becomes, the harder it will be for Delhi to balance these things. Okay, so one of the major dangers is what in today's thing is that only China and Russia are coming together. Okay, and USA is there in the opposite side. So now US allies, as I told, NATO is in one side and China, Russia in one side. India should go which side? Okay, India has traditionally opposed all the blocks and all these things and all, and they wanted non-alignment movement during Jawaharlal Nehru time and all. But because we need a multipolar world also, we need inclusion, we need equity, we are somehow forced, okay, we are somehow forced to join all the blocks and continue this process of joining blocks. Okay, so now question of Delhi is like whether or not when we do this, is it boosting China or not? Okay. So that same point again they're repeating. So forums will again raise or aid China. So again another point is what? Currency, de-dollarization which we are doing. When we stop using dollars, is it that our India rupee will become stronger, or indirectly you are making Chinese yuan stronger? What are you doing when you tell everybody don't use dollar, don't use dollar? What if everybody start using Chinese yuan, because that is again little more stable than India? So that way, are you strengthening Indian rupee or strengthening Chinese yuan? This is also a point which you should use in your answer. Okay, see different angles coming in. One point we started from BRICS summit and we are taking into the entire geopolitics and multipolarization, which is your GS1 mains topic. So these many aspects, those who include in your answer, they are the ones who will get more marks. Okay, so that's why when you write answers and we strike off your answers in your correction all, you think like I wrote such a brilliant answer, why you gave wrong? Because you took one point and expanded 2 pages. That is not what you have to do. You have to write 10, 15 angles to it. Okay, I told you, historically, socially, democratically, that structurally, aspirationally, now economically, different angles, the same topic you have to break down and write it again and again. Okay, that is when you get more marks. So India, as they're telling, China, because it has strong influence in One Belt, One Road and everything, they have a higher chance of winning the game rather than India, who has limited struggle, and we will struggle to match them. So now again, tragically, more India helps strengthen non-Western institutions, more indirectly you are helping China. Okay, so challenge before India is choosing the two. Okay, this is again conclusion. So balance is going to get tougher. India must therefore be like strict to their goal. India must moderate the influence of China in this small blocks like BRICS and these things and all. You should not allow China to dominate. And parallelly, you should be keeping your other South, global South, the non-developing people, the underdeveloped people, everyone also you should support. And then the steadily growing China. Okay, this one doesn't mean that you forget the West also. You need the West also, and you should have a negotiating place in both the sides. Okay, Eurocentric forums like UNSC, GS7 and all, there also should have. So if you see, most of the things were repetitive, but the author placed it beautifully in different headings or different things that it became a good answer. Okay, so its conclusion is only it must do all this simultaneously, meaning it means India should manage all of these simultaneously because of our transition from developing country to a developed country. Okay, so hope it was clear. It was a very detailed article. I have tried to make it like the best possible, broken up and showed you many static part first, which is actually important for your prelims, and mains answer also we discussed. Like this, if you see, I am telling 6 months, 1 year, you watch my editorials alone. Okay, not alone, you have to study other things, but editorials strictly if you watch every day 30 minutes, if you give your time to me, I guarantee to make you the best aspirant. Okay, after that, even if Vysh IAS shut down or if I don't teach you and all, you will become capable to take this exam yourself. I want results. I want you all to clear, and somewhere in life you should go and tell I learnt and I cleared because Vysh IAS taught me. So that is the reason I'm putting this much effort. Okay, I think 4 hours, 5 hours I took to read and break it down and make this presentation for you. But you are seeing just a 30 minutes thing. So understand that and support. Okay, put like, comment, join these paid courses. Okay, we are not putting like huge 1 lakh rupee, 2 lakh rupee courses. These are all very tiny things which will cover your portions. Sit at home and read our PDFs, do our editorials free of cost. You will see the result. Okay, you will obviously see the result. So please support us and support yourself to study nicely. This is the WhatsApp number. Come and contact me. Batch 2 is over. Batch 3 I have not planned now. We'll see whether we'll launch a batch 3 or not. But still, if you missed this, come and contact me. We'll see whether we can accommodate you. And Instagram also, please follow. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.